Hello there. Welcome to the basement. So, the reviews are out on the Bad Batch Season 2. The early reviews, I should say, from those privileged few who got sent episodes. As it turns out, those privileged few got sent 14 of the 16 episodes. The only thing they don't know is how the whole season is going to end. That is going to be a surprise for everybody. But of course, as soon as they watched it, everybody hopped on their social media, and the Direct went ahead and was kind enough to put an article out covering said reviews, and so here I shall now help cover them for you. So, the Direct says, Star Wars sent out screeners for Season 2 of The Bad Batch on Disney+, and the critics shared their thoughts their first thoughts. Continuing their trend of developing excellent animated content, that's actually true, Lucasfilm and Disney Plus are continuing the Bad Batch's intergalactic journey in early 2023, specifically January 4th. Initially spinning off from Season 7 of The Clone Wars, Season 2 will add new layers to the Star Wars lore after the first trailer teased new material from Emperor Palpatine and even Commander Cody. After rescuing the young clone Omega from Kamino and developing tighter bonds as a unit during the Empire's rise, the crew will have an impressive 16 episodes to tackle their next adventures and adversaries. Now, after critics took a dive into most of the season, the results are officially in. Critics received screeners for the first 14 episodes of The Bad Batch Season 2 before sharing their thoughts about the show on Twitter. CNET's Sean Keane saw much of the good from Season 1 in his new season, including, quote, pivotal moments in the Star Wars timeline, along with great references. Quote, I blasted through 14 episodes of The Bad Batch Season 2 last week, and it was amazing. It captures the coolest elements of Season 1. Some pivotal moments in the Star Wars timeline, excellent Clone Wars callbacks, and Crosshair's storyline is incredible. Discussing films, Jacob Fisher called this season one of the best Star Wars animated seasons yet, highlighting the darker parts of the story that came through. Quote, seen the first 14 episodes of The Bad Batch Season 2, and whilst there's a couple of weaker episodes, it's one of the best Star Wars animated seasons yet. Some fun surprise inclusions, but more importantly, some excellent and quite dark storytelling. Huge improvement from Season 1. Laughing Place also highlighted the very dark moments and serious themes in Season 2, noting that it captures the same essence that Season 1 delivered. Quote, I've seen the first few episodes of Star Wars The Bad Batch Season 2, and I can report that it retains the same entertaining mix of action and lighthearted fun as the first. But there are also some very dark moments and serious themes at play here. I think fans will be into it. Tessa Smith noted that the first 14 episodes have a filler episode thrown in, but praised how good the season is thus far. I've seen the first 4 episodes of The Bad Batch Season 2, and boy does it feel good to be back with Clone Force 99. The story so far is dark and suspenseful, with a filler episode thrown in too. I have up to episode 14 and can't wait to keep watching. It's good, in all caps. Cinema Blend's Adam Holmes teased some fun times and wild twists in Season 2, noting how much the series follows up on the Clone Wars in so many ways. Star Wars The Bad Batch fans, I've seen the first 14... Quote, Star Wars The Bad Batch fans, I've seen the first 14 episodes of Season 2, and you're in for some fun times and wild twists ahead. The show continues to be a worthy Clone Wars successor in so many ways, and Omega and Crosshair fans will especially be well sated. End quote. The Sky Talkers podcast called the first episode an exciting kickstart to the season, while praising the animation used for the visuals. Quote, we've seen some episodes of Season 2 of The Bad Batch, and not only is the animation breathtaking and beautiful, but it felt great to be back with our favorite rogue clones. The premiere is an exciting kickstart to the season. End quote. The Direct's own Savannah Sanders saw Lucasfilm's tradition of exploring meaningful, complex themes coming through in animation, celebrating Omega's place as a rising star as well. Quote, Season 2 of The Bad Batch continues Lucasfilm Animation's tradition of exploring meaningful, complex themes within the boundaries of a family-friendly Star Wars story. Omega is on the fast track to becoming the next Star Wars icon, and the animation is stunning. End quote. Sanders also touched on the negatives of Season 2, mostly the fact that it doesn't live up to Rebels or the Clone Wars. Quote, however, from what episodes 1 to 14 had to offer, and apart from a few must-see moments, The Bad Batch still hasn't reached the levels of Rebels or Clone Wars. This reality may be even more apparent in light of both Andor and Tales of the Jedi. Interesting. The Direct's Russ Milheim enjoyed the first part of Season 2 as well, calling it better than the freshman run and highlighting the story for Crosshair. I quite enjoyed the first 14 episodes of The Bad Batch. Overall, it's better than the freshman run, with the Crosshair storyline being particularly strong. There's also some interesting and unexpected lore tidbits throughout. Star Wars animation department has had an incredible run for the better part of 15 years, ever since the Clone Wars arrived, which seemingly continues with Season 2 of The Bad Batch. The animation appears to be up to the usual standard, and with all but 2 episodes having gone out to critics thus far, the consensus is that Lucasfilm has yet another winner on its hands from a story perspective. They're implying that they've had many. Fans have already gotten hints about some of the major plot points coming this season, such as the twist scene with Commander Cody and an eventual reunion for the full team. And even with only the final 2 episodes remaining behind the curtain, there will still be plenty of exciting action that viewers can look forward to seeing over the coming months. So, basically, other than this Sanders individual, who thinks that it's still sub-Rebels, Clone Wars, Andor, and Tales of the Jedi in quality, appears to be the only detractor that the Direct bothered to cover. Other than that, they're all pretty positive reviews. I personally am quite happy about the Crosshair storyline being gotten into quite a bit. While I always do root for the side of evil to go bye-bye. I do appreciate the awesome characters that are written in for the evil people, and Crosshair is most assuredly one of them. I dig the shit out of Crosshair. That dude's dope. Crosshair's awesome. Plus, actually, another one, I like Tech. Tech's really fun. He's a good guy, but Crosshair. I mean, obviously I'm the Death Star there, Vader there. Well, me as Vader. Thank you to my wife for that awesome present. And my Vader Snuggie / window covering right now. Yeah, you can see I like the darker characters, so I'm very, very excited to see Crosshair's storyline. And then they're all traitors, just like the Jedi. It's going to be so much fun. So, I was already hyped. These reviews make me even more hype. What do you all think, though? Let me know in the comments down below. Go ahead and while you're typing stuff, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button right there, and go ahead and subscribe while you're at it, because I'm going to be putting out more videos, obviously, of when I find stuff like this that I think is going to be interesting to the masses. And of course, there is now my weekly live stream on Saturday night at 8 p.m. called Eastern, called the Saturday Night Chill, where I basically do a summary of the weekly news and then, just chit-chat about whatever the hell anybody wants to talk about after that. It's a good time. You'll have to check that shiz out. Also, check out my buddy Justified MF if you like watching people game online, because he has some dope gaming streams. He plays the Apex, he plays Spider-Man, Overwatch, occasionally Fortnite. But yeah, it's a very fun stream to watch. He's very interactive with the chat. It's a dope time, so you should check him out. That is Justified MF, capital J USTIFIED, capital M, capital F. But in the meantime, do all the liking, subscribing, and commenting. Let me know what you think. Are you hyped for the Bad Batch Season 2? If you weren't before, do these reviews increase your level a little bit? Go ahead and let me know in the comments. And like I always say, there's always good times to be had when you're chilling in the basement.